Yo, what's up? What's up, everybody? It's your boy MG in the building. So, I want to talk about this union made stuff. Now, I don't know if most of y'all knew or know, but I was a shop steward when I was working in the post office. I was a shop steward, I think, for 2 years, if I remember well. Yeah, and I was in the union. I was in the union. The 22 years I worked in the post office, I was in the union for I think about 19 of the 20 or 20 of the 22 years that I worked in the post office. And I support the union 100%. I support what the union stand for. But what drives me crazy is the NALC, for example. They don't support people the way they should. You would think with all the stuff that I've been going through with the post office and in the union, paid union dues every paycheck, and was a shop steward. When I went to the union, when I got this idea to start designing the uniforms for the post office, I went to the union, and actually the union people tried to steal my stuff. Mr. Brian Hellman, tried to steal my cargo pocket shorts design, because he's part of a company called Flying Eagles Uniforms or something like that, and he tried to steal my stuff. So I've been dealing with this for a very long time, for years, over a decade, going through this stuff with them, with the post office. But the NALC has not supported me, has not been behind me, or anything like that. Why? Because somebody got to be getting paid under the table. Somebody is doing something. This is like real crazy with this stuff going on. So again, let's talk about this union made stuff. Now, I was at the convention last week, this week actually, and it was really good. I love all you guys. I got the outpouring of support. People came up to me. They was like, Marty, I love your stuff. I support you. I wear your stuff. People in my station have your stuff. I don't know if you guys know, but I'm in all 50 states. I got people in all 50 states wearing my stuff. I've sold over $100,000, 100 to 100,000 people, and I've done 3.5 million plus in sales since I resigned from the post office in 2009. Now, again, with all the stuff that I've done, you would think common sense would tell you, if this dude is doing all of this stuff and these people are getting uniform vouchers, but yet and still, they would rather come out their pocket and buy his merchandise. You ain't got to be a freaking rocket scientist to figure that out, that the people want the product. So the NALC people know this. So why isn't it that nobody has contacted me and nobody has called me and said, well, let's sit down with Marty and see what we could do for him? Nobody has done anything. Every time I try to contact people, they give me the runaround. Rolando, his people told me, have people sign petitions and mail the petitions in. 5,000 plus people sent petitions in, and when I call 30 days later, they don't know what's going on. They don't know anything. They can't help me. And Rolando's had made promises and say, yo, we're going to contact Marty. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And nothing has happened yet. No phone call, no nothing. And this is garbage. This is ridiculous, because it's obvious that, to me, I believe in my heart, and I think it's proof that they don't want any minorities to do business when it comes to uniforms in the post office. 247 years the post office has been in existence, and not one minority company, not even just a black company, not one minority company has had a contract to design the uniforms or to manufacture the uniforms. Not one. 247 years. You tell me that's not bullcrap? You tell me that it's not time? America has not evolved from there, where we don't allow minorities. So you telling me that I'm not good enough because I'm a minority, but yet and still, uniform companies that make uniforms don't even do the stuff that I'm doing, and they don't have the swag. Yeah, I said the swag. They don't even have the swag that I bring to the uniform. I get compliments all the time. My carriers that wear my stuff on the street, the customers compliment them, and they tell them how nice they look. I have the fresh new look for the 21st century. People are tired of that old garbage that y'all wanted to wear 50 years ago. It's time to get rid of it. Marty Grace got the swag, and y'all need to understand that. So let's talk about this. So now, I heard from the grapevine that the NALC, they said that they can't work with me or they can't help me because my stuff is not union and my company's not union, right? And my stuff is not American made. Now, we're going to get into this. So, first of all, my company, I started it in 2009. In 2012, my company became minority certified. I got a call from DC 37, which is the biggest union in New York City. It's the mother union of all unions. Every other union in the city is under DC 37. I got a call from them to do some shirts for them because they like my swag. Now, I couldn't do the shirts in the beginning. Why? Because my company wasn't unionized. So the lady, Miss Francis, that worked at DC 37, shout out to Miss Francis, she says, Marty, I'm going to help you get your company in the union. And she got my company unionized in 2012. So let's debunk that one right there, that my company is not union, okay? Second, American made. They said, well, Marty, we can't do business with him because he uses Gildan. Gildan shirts are not American made. Let me explain to you. I've met the vice president of Gildan, right? Sat down, spoke with them, got a letter from them. Gildan is an American company. They buy American cotton from union mills in America. They take that cotton, they put it on a boat, and they send it overseas to some country, and they manufacture shirts. That's what Gildan does. Gildan, the same shirts that the fake NALC that talk about union made, and Gildan is not union, the same fake NALC that takes their shirts for the freaking food drive and they make the food drive shirts with Gildan t-shirts. Why? So you blast me because you said I use Gildan, but yet and still you use Gildan for the food drive. Come on now, you fake. This is being freaking fake. And this is the bullcrap that I'm talking about with the NALC that I don't understand. Y'all talk about pay union dues, but yet and still somebody is sleeping with management. We know y'all are. Somebody is getting some money under the table. And this is freaking ridiculous. And I'm really tired of this. And this American made stuff and this union made stuff, you know, y'all talk about union made, but yet and still y'all don't even rep the union. So back to the topic at hand. So y'all talk about this union made stuff, right? So I had an old white guy come up to me, and the thing that pissed me off about, you know, like I said, I support the union and I support everything the union stand for, but don't be a hypocrite. Do not be a freaking hypocrite. And that's what most of you union people are. You are freaking hypocrites. Because you always talk about union made, but yet and still you don't even rep the union yourself. Because everything you do, everything you wear, everything you drive, everything in your house is not union made. So don't come to me and talk about, oh, I'm not union made stuff, but yet and still everything that you freaking do is not union made as well either. Let's talk about this. I had an old white guy come up to me at the convention, and he says, excuse me, young man, are those flyers union made? I said, no, sir, they aren't. He goes, I don't know why they let you give out these flyers. You shouldn't be giving out these flyers at this place. I said, sir, let me ask you a question. Those Nikes that you got on, are they union made? Because the last time I remember when I went to China, I went to the Nike factory, and China don't have a union. So obviously those sneakers are not union made. You know what he did, right? He turned around and he walked away. So why you talk about union made, but then you freaking wearing sneakers that's made in China yourself? Come on, stop it with the fakery. The fakery. I had a dude on Facebook the other day talking about everything I do, everything I wear is union. Bro, if you driving a car, your car is not. I don't care if you freaking driving an American, AKA made car, it is not American because you got parts from some other part of the world. And 9 times out of 10, part of the car was made somewhere else in the world, and then it was shipped over here so they could finish it, or however it worked. And the parts was made somewhere else over the world. Why? Because it's cheap. Now, let's talk about this. Y'all want to talk about union? America used to be union, used to stand for the union. So because America does not have any factories right now to manufacture a lot of stuff, whose fault is that? Do you blame me for that? No, you blame the freaking people that's in charge of America. They're the ones that sold the unions out. They sold the unions out. How? Because they started allowing the stuff to be exported, to be manufactured overseas. They did that. We didn't do that. Americans that live here, we didn't do that. It's the people that run the freaking company that did that. So let's keep it real and let's stop it with the bull crap, y'all. Let's stop it with the bull crap. Again, the NALC, y'all need to support your boy. Help me get this deal because I am well deserving of this deal. I am well deserving of it. I mean, my numbers speak for themselves. The support that I get from the people speaks for itself. I am well deserving of this deal, of this contract, to be the designer and the manufacturer of the United States Postal Service letter carriers uniforms. You know what I'm saying? I deserve it. And a lot of people will stand up for me and say I do. But then you'll get a lot of haters, which is cool too, because haters make you greater. And I have I'm very popular today because a lot of people that hate on me. And they've hate on me so much that they talk about me so much that people that have never heard about me, you know what they do? They go, oh, I never heard about that guy. They Google me and they see me on Google and they go, oh, wow. So keep hating, keep making me great. I love it. I love the hate. It's just so awesome. But again, you know, we need to stop with this fake stuff, man. I'm about to do another video and I'm going to show you how the post office certifies some of these uniform companies, but yet and still, the uniform companies, they still get their stuff made overseas. I'm gonna show you one company that I've been doing some research on. You know, I told you, to the post office, American made is anything can be made 85% overseas, but it has to be finished 15% in the United States. And that's American made to them. But I don't understand when the majority of the making of the product is overseas, but it's American made because it's only 15% finished here. See, that's a confusion. But a lot of you guys wouldn't know this stuff because you're not into the uniform game. So you would never question where the uniforms are made. You would never question stuff like that because it's not of interest to you. So I know guys from uniform stores that I ask them questions. They give me information. They tell me what companies do what and what companies have what and where a lot of the stuff is being made from. They give me the information that I need. So that's why I'm able to come on here and tell you that I know that these companies are not making their stuff in America. And a lot of you guys are experiencing right now the shortage that's going on with the postal uniforms. Why? Because the stuff is not made over here. Because if it was made here, y'all would get the stuff faster and they would make it faster. Because even though we were in a pandemic, we have been back to work for at least a year and a half and they could have made stuff. One guy from the union said, oh, well, because we can't get the material, that's why we can't make the product. So let me ask you a question. So where is the material coming from? Overseas. The material is being made in China, in Pakistan, in Yugoslavia, all these places. This is where they're making the material. So you can get material made overseas, bring it to America and sew it into a uniform. But you're going to still tell me that that uniform is American made, but the material comes from overseas. You are freaking hypocrites. Again, freaking hypocrites. And that's exactly what you are. All right? I love you guys. Again, thank you for the support, and I appreciate y'all. Let's talk about these uniforms, y'all. Let's talk about this American-made stuff, y'all. Let's talk about this union-made. Comment below.